What up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel, Dap Universal. I'm Dap, so coming back at you with another pick a card reading, and today we're looking at, well, what are you manifesting? So this is not so much of say what blessings are coming in my life, what positive things or blah. It's going to be a neutral energy just based off of the fact that we are experiencing a new moon in Taurus as we speak. But this is a timeless reading. I just wanted to tap into that new moon in Taurus energy of what new things are manifesting. That's what I always get from like a Taurus moon anyway, is like a manifestation. It's physical energy. It's Taurus, which rules our resources, our money, and our values. So mixing that with this beautiful new moon energy and the sign of Gemini, right? I feel like it's that shift. Well, I'm sorry, maybe not Gemini. It's Taurus, but like on the cusp of Gemini. We're still definitely in Taurus if we have a new moon in Taurus. Sorry, but like it's that cuspy energy, because in a couple of days it definitely will be Gemini season. So, and Gemini represents that duality, that change, that how can I? It's that idea first. So I think it's all of that. But you're gonna be choosing between 3 piles today. Yep. And we're gonna. I bought these PlayStation playing cards, and the suits don't even make sense to me. But like I've told people that I can read anybody using like ABC flashcards, and so I'm like, well, these should be no exception. I'm challenging myself. I like challenging myself. But you're gonna be picking between 3 of these cards, by the way. So you're gonna have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. You'll actually see that on the next screen. You can pause the video if you need to, or just check the timestamps below. Yeah, if you're new here, consider subscribing. There are over 100 pick a card readings on the channel. Over 100 pick a card readings. Yeah, and I haven't been doing this for very long, but it's really easy to kind of get into the flow of everything. Like, I love doing this. I watch them back my damn self. It's the only way I can read myself as a reader. Like, you know, like I literally go back and watch these sometimes, like when I need to, and play along and pick a pile, and they work. But yeah, also I am taking bookings for personal readings. The link in that will be in the description, and it does help support the channel. But yeah, until I see you at your reading in just a second. Bye for now. What up, pile number 1? If you chose the Ace of Squares, welcome to your reading. Is that like the back button? Is that? Welcome to your reading on what are you manifesting. So you rolled the number 411, angel numbers. Also, is gonna help me kind of like place like what area in your life was gonna be doing the changing, or where the manifestation was gonna take place. And so with 411, I was getting the 4th house, the 11th house, and the 1st house. And I think all the piles are going to get 3 houses, like 3 areas. And when I say houses in astrology just represent the areas in life. So so at 411, what I intuitively got out of that was like the 4th house, which is of your home and your family, the 11th house, which is of your friendships, but more so aspirations. In this context, I was thinking more so like dreams and aspirations. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius, which is friendships and society, yes, but it's also your dreams and your aspirations and your wishes when it comes down to the 11th house itself. Aquarius doesn't represent dreams and wishes, but the 11th house does, if that makes sense. Like Cancer doesn't represent your home, but the 4th house does. But you can still see how they could kind of still be like linked to those signs, but the houses are not exactly the same thing as like what the signs represent. Very similar though. It's like a function of the sign, I guess, right? But so the 4th house being of the home, the 11th house of your dreams and aspirations, maybe your friendships. We'll see what comes out. And the 1st house of the ego, or the self. 1st house, where you, and when I say ego, not in a bad way, I mean like more so where you can actually find your sense of self. Separate yourself or your needs from say other people's. That's how boundaries get created, because of that first house type of energy, I feel like. Also maybe the second house too, because of its values. But I just noticed there's no music playing and I feel weird. There we go. I feel better. All right, where was I? Oh yeah. Also, the signs that I'm seeing so far that may really heavily resonate is Aquarius is pretty heavy, as well as Virgo and Aries and Taurus energy, because of the respective houses. But that aside, I feel like you may be more of a person who is, say, more free thinking or liberal in your approach. I feel like you may be a free spirit. You're very smart, but and very particular, but also very eccentric or odd. When I say eccentric, I just mean like maybe ahead of your time. There's a groundedness to it, though. It's not like eccentric, but like loony, like mad scientist energy. It gives me like somebody who isn't afraid to do something that may be new to you and everybody else, but it's like if it works, it works. You're not afraid to break the mold or go against like what people may find to be normal or whatever, just because it's what we've been doing. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. And I feel like you may be more of a trendsetter, so to speak, when it comes down to that. You just do shit that makes sense, okay? I feel like you do things that make sense, and I think you have like a well of like information, like a mind for it, with the 411 being your angel number, which is like in that information when you call like the boop boop boop, you know. But let's read what 411 says out this angel number guidebook. Yes, it's every number from 1 to 999. They went hard on this book. So I'm gonna read you the angel number for 411, and if it resonates, that's just a confirmation of what you're actually trying to manifest. Now, if the message goes against like what you're trying to manifest for some reason, I don't know what the message is gonna be. Don't take that as a oh well shit, I fucked it up or I messed it up. I don't think it's that. I think your guides are trying to tell you there's still time to adjust. It's like if you don't make adjustments, then you will be manifesting the opposite of what you actually set out to do. And it happens sometimes. Sometimes we just get off course. We just, we gotta find our way back. But so don't take a message. So take me speaking on like what you are actually intending on manifesting. If you are like, if you call yourself a manifestor, if you write your intentions down, which I think is not a bad thing to do. Intentions is everything, but that won't get you so far. It's like, but knowing your intentions I feel like it's more than half the battle, because you know what you want. So it's like if you are using intent to manifest, say this new start on this new moon intentionally, then I feel like it would be a confirmation that you are on the right track. If it's like, say, the opposite, or if it's like if it's like connected to that thing that you're trying to manifest, but it's not the effect or not the outcome that you want, this would be your guides telling you, hey, you still in control of your destiny. You still got this. This ain't faded. What Dap telling you ain't nothing that's like written in stone, like the 10 Commandments. It's like, no, it's more so an opportunity for you to see a gap in like where you're trying to do something and what's actually like being produced. But just food for thought. 411 is your number. 411. Page is stuck together. All right. Important relationships. 411. See the value in those you love. This number calls you to select one relationship close to you and nurture it in an attentive and loving way. Tell a loved one how much you care for them, appreciate them, and see them in your life. Make time for them as you communicate how important they are to you. And we were talking about the home. Could be the home. This could be family, like things that make you feel safe. So the 4th house is also just things that make you feel safe. And I don't see why it couldn't be like, say, when we talk about the 11th house with that being aspirations and dreams, it could also be friendships. I'm gonna tell you what the houses represent, but We're gonna get into the tarot cards to see exactly what the specific message is for you. And if you are a manifester, maybe and if that message resonates with you, if you're trying to manifest closer relationships or better connections with people, like healing certain bonds that you have with people, like maybe in your family, write down 411 and use that as part of your manifestation if that's something that you do. I know I like to write I like to write symbols or just little things that tie into my manifestation on bay leaves and burn them. That's, I mean, I just like, and I also just kind of like burning the bay leaves. But that's a little something something. All right, so we're talking about the 4th house of the home. A card for that, please, Spirit. The Tower. Oh shit. All right. What about your dreams and aspirations? Your goals? What's going on there? The Moon. So the Tower, the Moon. The Tower, the Moon. All right, and I'm gonna add the Empress in reverse there with it. And now, what about your sense of self of the 1st house? What's manifesting in your 1st house? What's manifesting in the 1st house for pile number 1? The Tower in reverse. Okay, bottom of the deck, you do have the 8 of Wands. So this is going to happen relatively fast. The Knight of Swords in reverse on the bottom of the deck, relatively fast. That's the fastest moving deck. I mean, the fastest moving knight in the deck. And when it's in reverse, he's out of control. He's reckless. So I think your guys might be telling you to slow down. Use a little bit more caution in like your decision making, because there could be something that comes into your energy that sounds maybe too good to be true. Or it may be an idea that pops into your own damn head, and it may be like, ooh, that sounds, I bet this will work, kind of thing. If it's like a scheme or something, don't do it. Doesn't sound like it's gonna work out. But if it's not that context, it's like you still slow down, because there's like part of some kind of there's a part of the story that you don't understand. There's some missing information. There's something that you need to kind of sit with before you make a move. Otherwise, it could really hurt you in terms of like your home and your resources. The 4th house of what makes you feel safe, and what makes you feel safe could be anything depending on the person. Like a job can make you feel safe. Like the fact that you have a certain nest egg or money put up in savings can make you feel safe. Even though it's more like 2nd house type of energy, it's also what makes you feel secure. At the end of the day, it doesn't have to be just your home. It's that safe space that you created for yourself, whatever that means for you. And I think it can be things that are not tied to the home. It's like saying, don't make irrational decisions or like decisions too impulsively, or you may wind up finding yourself wondering if you're gonna lose that thing, or losing that thing that makes you feel safe. Clarify that. We do have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and those things that you worked so hard for, that you earn, that sense of either stability or just something that you can count on. Now, when it comes down to your goals and aspirations, you have the Moon and the Empress in reverse. Now, this isn't anything but just a fear. I think you're like, something may come into your energy to make you kind of almost feel like, damn, are my dreams too much? Are my dreams like not gonna happen? Or is this like, am I in over my head? It's something that can really instill doubt in you for some reason. I don't think anything's meant to instill doubt in you, but I do think things sometimes are meant to be challenging. I think this may be a moment. I don't know what that would come into, but like if you think about it this way, I feel like pile number 1 is like your whole thing, or your whole a lot of the energy that you're manifesting requires you to be very grounded, because even though I feel like you have like say a lot of Aquarian energy here, a lot of future thinking, like you're not so much like this person who is rigid or like hard to hard to understand concepts. Even like I feel like your mind changes all the time with the more information that you get. The more you know, you're not afraid to say, you know what, maybe I wasn't thinking in the most productive way when it comes down to this situation. You don't have an ego to the point where it's like you can't be wrong about something, and that's refreshing. So it's like saying sometimes that gets turned on itself inward, and you end up like needing to know all the answers, or doubting yourself, or getting to that place where you can't shut off your mind because you like, oh my god, I'm worried. It's like when you worry, you really worry. It's because you're very mentally aspect. Like I think you're more so of a mental person than an emotional person, like automatically. Like your go-to, I think you are sensitive, but it's like there's something about you that feels way more comfortable, like trying to figure out things or solve problems or just be in your mind. And that can be really bad if our perception isn't positive. So I feel like you're gonna be tested with something that may come in, and it's all about your choices. I feel like you get the warning to slow down. Something may come in really quick to kind of get you, like maybe persuade you of something, like something that may even just tempt you. Don't do it, because if it's not worth your sense of security or your sense of safety, don't just jump into a decision or a situation. Because I also see with the ego, the sense of self, what are you manifesting in that? The tower moment in reverse. I don't think you're gonna end up like fucking yourself over or hurting yourself, or like getting to a place where you cannot easily get back to where you were. This isn't supposed to be like a hard lesson unless you just like give up. It's not about that. It's about getting you to realize like, damn, you know, my actions and my choices and my thoughts even greatly affect what's going on around me, or what's possible, what I can even see is possible. Because if you're not in the right, if you're not aligned to the right energy of like what you want, like that vibration, if you're in a lower vibration than the thing that you want, you won't be able to see it coming in, or how it can come in. You won't see the opportunity. You're not vibrating on that thing. When people attract situations, and I feel like sometimes we do attract certain situations. I'm not saying all of them. Some things are just out of our control. Like I'm not saying if something bad happens to you, it's your fault you attracted it. That ain't what Dap is saying. What I am saying is sometimes we do attract certain situations. Some situations we do, not all of them. I don't know which ones. But it's like, you know, those things that you do because of your own actions, because you were in a certain mood, it can get you in a bad spot if you don't know how to regulate that in a healthy way, you know? So the only way this would be your undoing is if it was like your own undoing kind of shit, and I don't think that's the case. I think you may be manifesting a wake-up call, because I think you can be really close to whatever it is that you set out to be, especially if you're trying to like say start over. All right, so my storage went out in the middle of a sentence and I didn't know it, and I just you know kept going. So I don't know where it ended at, and I ain't really, you know what, I'm gonna do this. Hear me out. I'm going to list off a bunch of blurbs that I think that you may be manifesting, just ideas, constructs, and maybe those will resonate for some people, and I'll close it out. Getting too long, but so with this being, I feel like a very grounded, earthy type of pile. Not to say that you have a lot of earth in your pile, you might, but you don't have to. Just what you're manifesting is a very earthy type of energy. It could be anything involving, say, like getting a new home, even as small as renovating your home or redecorating your home. Thinking about, say, moving in with somebody, maybe a family member, joining things, like say if you want to move in with somebody, that may be a thing. But also what you're manifesting is a sense of self for some people, pride in, like, say, safety to be who you are. So some of y'all may be moving into a place on your own, something like that, somewhere where you feel more safe to be you, or you're manifesting at least the opportunity to. Some people may also be manifesting, say, jobs, but I feel like it would be more so side gigs or jobs that are either not very monitored, or your own business, or a hustle, or way to make money that can sustain you, but maybe you're your own boss, or you have a lot more control. I can see that with a lot of the first house, but I don't know. Sound off in the comments. Let me know how this resonated, if this resonated. And as always, like I said, I love you to pieces. Thank you for everything, for the donations, for the booking the readings. That also supports the channel. Links in the description, and just always remembering, like, no matter what, you guys always remember that if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and ow, we do. Bye. What up, pile number 2? If you chose the Ace of Triangle, welcome to your reading. We're looking at what are you manifesting right now? Right now. It's timeless reading. If we are in the energy of a new moon in Taurus, which is, like, to me personally, the energy of just manifesting your ass off, really. Like, you know, and it's on a Friday, which is a Venus day, which is ruled by, you know, Taurus rules Venus. It's a good day. On the 19th, the day of the sun energy, which is just, like, literally manifestation. Success in your manifestation. But I feel like my pile number 2 is off the bat, though. It's a more airy energy than pile number 1. So if pile number 1 was like a very earthy type of energy that's being manifested, like, say, insecurity, pile number 2 is more so about ideas or constructs or routines. Your number was 616, so you have an emphasis on the number 6, which is the 6th house for me. I was trying to figure out what houses, which is the area of your life, which you're manifesting this energy into, or where this energy is being manifested in. And the 6th house is the routine, like your work ethic. It can be your health, habits, that kind of thing. Things that you can definitely control, but may not be the easiest thing to get a hold, like get a good grasp on. Like, you know, we can always be in better health, but does that come like instantly? No. We can always have a better, like, mental health too is falls under this as well. Any kind of health or wellness falls under here. It's like that all takes time to fall into a routine, or, like, say a habit or something like that. That definitely takes time to rewire yourself for better or for worse. So this is going to take some effort, is what I'm saying. So this is a very intentional pile, or it really needs to be. It doesn't have to be shit, but, like, it needs to be an intentional pile. Because when I added all those numbers up, 6 plus 1 plus 6, that is 13. 13 is a karmic number in numerology, and it's a karmic number 4, which is about say, having a lot of things to do, but maybe not a lot of motivation to actually do it. Or it could be like issues with ADHD type of things, like where it's like it's hard to concentrate and you have a lot of things to do. It's just particularly hard for you to get your shit together, is the karmic number 4, that 13. So it indicates that there's some kind of karma that you're manifesting. Maybe because, like, we procrastinated on some stuff. Maybe we feel that we're a little behind in where we should be, given the opportunities that we've had. Not to say that you're beating yourself up because I'm just not where I need to be yet. If other people are past me, it's not that at all. It's more like you knew what you're capable of and you didn't rise to the occasion. So that may, like, make you feel a certain type of way, even subconsciously. So you manifest this energy of karma to kind of get you to push yourself out of it the hard way, if that makes sense. It's like it gives me the vibes of, like, not being motivated for one, like, all the time, or not being able to focus all the time, but then feeling terrible because you didn't get that thing done for some reason. It's like I can't do it, but I'm also gonna feel terrible that I can't do it. And so that's part of the karma. It's a lot of things that can mess with your mind, your ability to believe that you are genius in your own right, or that you are capable, and you are. But I feel like this is one of the harder piles. like if you're not manifesting with any intention. When I mean intention, just saying I simply want this. So this is what I'm trying to manifest. If it's part of your routine, like I said, I wish to be more efficient so I can have more time to do this and this, or whatever it is. It's like it's all about intent. So it's like those are the things that you could be focusing on, is your mental health, your routine, your sense of self, your motivation, your passion, getting along, like finding balance between say your motivation and like relaxation, like how can you take care of you and take care of your responsibilities. It's all of that. But what about the routine are you manifesting? What about the routine? We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. What about the self? Your sense of self, or in this sense, it almost feels like you're like, how secure are you that you, like, how confident are you? That's the word. How confident are you that you can actually manifest anything positive right now? Because some of y'all almost don't believe it. I see the 8 of Wands. You'll surprise yourself. All right, and how about in terms of anything else 6th house related, like habits? So I was thinking about maybe like your daily routine, like your efficiency with the first question. Now we're going back to the 6th house, but I want this to be more like, say, a wellness kind of perspective. Maybe habits. 2 cards want to come out. Temperance in reverse and the 6 of Swords in reverse. Yeesh. Bottom of the deck, you do have the Man of Pentacles, the hard worker. This is the Knight of Pentacles in this deck, which is Virgo energy. Could be Virgos. I get a lot of Virgo energy because of the 6th house. Duh. But also Virgo comes up on the bottom of the deck. As well as Aries energy. And yeah, that's about it. Aries energy, and that's about it. Maybe Cancer energy. Maybe Cancer. But let's look at it. So when it comes down to the routine, I do see the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which could say, like, for some of y'all, you may be coming to terms with like the fact that we may need to come up with some better ideas on how to make money, or how to be more efficient in making money, or how to make more bang for our buck when it comes down to our time, that kind of thing. How to have a better plan or something that's more sustainable, because some of y'all may be feeling like, I don't know why it feels like doing something that may either be like temporary, or like you feel like it's unpredictable. Kind of like, you know how like servers, I go back to restaurants because like I worked in restaurants for 15 years before I did this for real. So like I've literally, since I was like 17. So I normally relate things to like the restaurant when it comes down to work, because that's what I know. But put yourself where you fit. But it's like, you know how people who serve tables, bartend, or whatever, they like, you get paid in tips. So it's like, it's unpredictable. When the money is good, it's great, it's there, I'm rich. It's the only job I can go into like with not a dollar in my pocket, and I could possibly leave out with $200-$300 depending on where I work and how long I work there for a shift. You know, so it's that. But then again, you know, it could be the other way around, where I come in on the day and it's like, you know, it's just not popping. Like maybe there's something going on in town. Maybe it's raining. Maybe it's just the wrong day, and I leave with like $10 in my pocket after working 6 or 7 hours, right? It's a gamble sometimes. So it's like saying maybe there's something about your job where it's like you want something more predictable. So it's not like it's lacking, it's maybe unpredictable. Some of y'all may be thinking about quitting a job, or you may lost a job, but it's that. This is about like how to, okay, what are we doing about our resources? The most bang out of our buck. So if you've been like, say, in a down period, or a place where you felt like you were lacking, or like you were not able to make your resources, I feel like you're getting a chance to, some opportunities coming in to turn that around, because the Ace of Pentacles comes up. And when it comes down to like, say, your sense of self, or your confidence, I feel like, and when that does happen, that changes really quickly. The 8 of Wands is about fast energy, like going in whatever direction. And it's also about fast communication to me, like say emails, getting answers, like after if you put in applications, it's hearing something back. So with the 8 of Wands coming up, it's like saying maybe because of a message that you get, like a literal like letter or correspondence or email or something that you can actually, like some kind of communication that you actually receive, maybe that ties into that, and that's how you will kind of gain more confidence, feel a wind of like energy, because the 8 of Wands is also a boost of energy. It's like, ooh, I'm inspired enough to do this again. It's like, and it changes real quick. Like, oh, looks like a eureka moment. So it's really good energy. So if you've been like feeling like less motivated, something does come in. Maybe it's because of the newness of it. If it's like a new job or something like that, or a new opportunity or just whatever it is, it's like it makes you excited enough to want to do the work. So that's perfect. When it comes down to your habits, like say your more so like your wellness, I do see the Temperance in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse. For some of y'all, it's a hard time moving on from something that you do in excess, and it could be anything. It could be anything that's just anything. For a lot, when I see Temperance in reverse, it could be drinking, like alcoholics, or like someone who likes to escape through, like say, getting too faded or something like that. Because the Six of Swords is in reverse is about a transition that's not happening. When it's upright, we are balanced and we are compromising, right? And that allows for a transition from rough waters to calmer waters. It helps us get our equilibrium back. So it's like if both of these are like chaotic or in reverse, it's like saying all we're doing is inviting more chaos into our energy. So that's maybe something you may want to check into, and be intentional about it if you haven't been, because it gives me vibes of like, if this was like, what are you manifesting in terms of like habits, and I see the Temperance card in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse, is actually developing a habit or going even more down the rabbit hole of a habit or like something unhealthy than we're already doing because of maybe the stress that comes from whatever. It's like keeping that in check. Whatever that is, like I said, it doesn't have to be like anything horrible. It's anything that makes it so you can escape and not pay attention to what's in front of you, you know? It's like a self-soother. We all have them, you know? You can love Jesus a little too much if it's to the point where it's obsessive, you know? Ace of Swords in reverse on the bottom of the deck. And it's only because these excesses, those habits will make it hard for you to focus on the task at hand. Because whatever you need, whatever you're trying to manifest, you need to be clear-minded and intentional about it, damn it. It's all about just the pure will to do it for you. Remember that. Sound off in the comments and let me know if this resonated, how this resonated. Little blurbs, by the way, that I can see this could be like coming up. It's new work, new routines, new spiritual practices, new workout routines, new ways of wanting to take care of yourself, new ways of wanting to find more efficient ways to do things. So like, if you're not an organized person, you may buy a planner or something like that and try to like jot down like what you need to do and keep up with it. That's the thing. So yeah, all of that. Sound off in the comments. Let me know if it resonated. You can book a reading if you want to get the personal experience from me. I am taking bookings right now. There's a link in the description. It also helps us to support the channel. But that's all I got for you. All I need you to do is to just one more thing. Just remember this. Just this. If you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and all we do. Bye. What up, pile number 3? If you chose the Ace of Red Circles, welcome to your reading on what are you manifesting? Yeah, what are you manifesting? This is just in lieu of like say the new moon in Taurus, which to me is like manifestation energy. Oh, don't mind me. I just want to spray some of my fragrance. Yes, I did just buy this because it's shaped like SpongeBob's house. And the sick part is I feel so silly because I literally, when I picked this up at the store, I was like, oh, look, it's shaped like SpongeBob's house. And then the adult part of my brain was like, you mean like it's just shaped like a pineapple, bitch? Like it's just a pineapple. Like SpongeBob's house is just a fucking pineapple. But anyway, but my first impulse was, oh my God, it's shaped like SpongeBob's house, not a pineapple. Anyway, so pile number 3. Let's just get into it. So this is going to be what you're manifesting subconsciously or consciously. Hopefully consciously, meaning with intentions, because it'd be a great new moon to do that if that's your thing. But intentions just means like knowing what you want. Like just clearly know what you want. You can do the ritual of it if you want to. I prefer, to write, my stuff like on bay leaves and burn them, and I like the journal. And the more I write it, the more I see it, the more, even like the act of like theater about it. Like I feel like magic to me is almost just like a certain element of like theater just to make me more connected to it, just more energy into it. It reminds me of it, damn it. I don't know. And it's fun. But, you know, teach his own. But I do think if you're intentional about like what you want right about now, you're more likely to guide yourself to be able to get it. But you are 264 was your angel numbers. I don't think I read the angel numbers for pile number 2. Oh, I guess they didn't. I guess it wasn't meant for them to have it. Like to have it. I think I said enough. I guess that was enough. But I will read you the definition of 264, which breaks down to 3, which is about self-expression. So something about it can be very expressive. Y'all do give me more of a fiery vibe. You do give me more of a fiery vibe. Not a fiery vibe. I'm sorry. No. It's not fiery. It's watery. It's a watery vibe. I'm so sorry. It's passion and emotions can get. No, it's emotional. Something about that 3 is more. 3 can be more of a fiery energy, but I think of it more like in this context. In this context, is more creative or softer than that. It's expressive. It wants to be able to share and not just show, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's very specific. But but the houses that will be affected for you the most, I feel, and when I say houses, just areas in life. Like in astrology, the houses just represent the areas of life, and they're tied to like a zodiac sign, which is tied to a planet. But the second house, which is your resources, your money, your values, but more so in this context, probably it could be your values or your actual money, because if it's more watery energy like that, like say more tied to the emotions about how things make you feel, or more internal situations, then it would be more so about your values, or it could also be about your values. So we won't leave that off the table. You also have the 6th house of your routine, and the 6th house followed us in every pile, by the way. So something about our routines as a collective is being overhauled, or causing us to make a major shift on how we do things. We're being called to change how we think about doing things, how we actually do things, how we plan to do things. So I think the 6th house had different contexts in every reading though. Yours is definitely about how you feel about your routine, how you feel about how you spend your day or waste your day or whatever it is, you know. It's all about your perception. And not just that, but lastly is the 4th house, which is your family and your safety net, where you go to, where you find comfort, but more so your family in this situation, if it's more watery energy and not like say your home, like it was your like pile number 1. If you feel like you're trying to manifest something about your home specifically, watch pile number 1. If you were drawn to that one as well, because I feel like in this context, the 4 is more about family dynamics or people that make, or things that make you feel safe, not so much keep you actually safe, like a house, if that makes sense. But let's read the angel number of 264 out this big ass book of angel numbers. Yeah, from 1 all the way to 999. So 265. All right, so we have revisit. It says revisit. Update your intentions, damn. I was like, you may want to be intentional about it. Update your intentions. It's time to revisit the intentions that you have set in the past. They need an update. Your world has shifted since you made them, and it's time to create new and improved intentions that reflect your present reality. Write them down. And during the next new moon, speak them out loud. I swear to God, I can't make this shit up. Like, I rolled the dice. That's what came up. God damn it. This is what it is. That's crazy. Wow. No, really, that's crazy. Wow. I'm impressed with myself. Okay, I'm not impressed with myself. I'm impressed with spirit. The fact that that comes out as such a strong confirmation. I love it. But y'all may actually be Taurus, Virgos, Cancers, Gemini. But I also feel like y'all are the piles that are doing the most change. I feel like, because the water's more fluid and way less resistant than, I would say pile number 2 would be one about change as well, a lot about change as well. But something about their energy is like, It could go either way. That felt more like there was something about blocking themselves, like being too much in their head. You're not so much in your head as the other piles are, but you may have some strong feelings about like what's on the other side, or like what's new coming in. It could be excitement, but it can also be a fear. It can also be a feeling of dread as well if you're not sure what's coming in. But let's look at a card for the resources or your values. And I think the whatever card comes out, the context of that card would kind of like help us see if we're talking about like our values or our actual money. It's hard to say. Or our actual money. Gosh. All right, resources. Values. Okay, so I see the Knight of Swords in reverse. Let's clarify that with the Ace of Wands. Okay. What about your routine? What are you manifesting in your routine? The Two of Swords with the Page of Swords. Okay. And how about what makes you feel safe? Your family members, those people that you count on, or the people that you take care of. The Two of Swords in reverse. What? Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Wands in reverse. Home life. 4 is definitely one of the houses that we're talking about. And in the actual tarot deck, the Four of Wands speaks of the home, which is interesting. So, the World in reverse as well on the bottom of the deck. So, a lesson that has not been learned. This is like, say, something that's been so overdue, or something that's like, maybe we're doing it because of tradition, or just like how we're being is just to please people around us, or like not disappoint somebody in the family. It could be, I don't know what it is, but it's like there's the reason as to why we still are subscribing to whatever that energy is, and when it comes down to the family, that negative energy comes down to the family, have a thing for the home, whatever that is. It's like it's because of an older version of yourself. It's like maybe when you're the Fool. The Fool is the first card in the tarot deck. I'm not calling you dumb. I'm saying just like when you was more like in that energy of like, oh, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and naive and haven't been around the block yet and like don't know what's going on. You know, just not as experienced as you are now, not as older, not as wise as not as wise as you are now. It's like saying those ideas worked for you because, like, you know, before you develop into yourself, all you can do is take in what other people tell you, and that could be like, it almost gives me vibes of like, say, when you cross over from like, say, being very religious to more so spiritual. It's not that you gave up your relationship to God or any of your beliefs so much as like you just let go of that control aspect of it, that whole like you're gonna burn in hell if you don't do this, this, and this, and there's a God that wants to see you burn in hell, and he's it's like you let go of the shit that doesn't make sense. You know, and so it's like, because it doesn't serve you anymore. But could you imagine if you were not enlightened at all, if you were not open to feeling or having experienced like the idea at least of feeling that unconditional love that the universe is, and just never ever questioning anything. It's like, I don't think that would be my pile number 3s. I think you feel that there's something else more out there. It's not even that you know, it's like I just feel that it's got to be not this. It's not what I've always known. It doesn't have to be religion. I'm just putting that in there because it's easier to kind of follow. You put your situation as it takes place, because we are doing general reading. So it's just something that's outdated and that you no longer need. With your resources or your values, it's more so about your values, about feeling confident and good in yourself about the decisions that you make. I think you're manifesting your own lane, so to speak, or space to be able to do this in a way that you don't feel judged, or maybe you're manifesting an opportunity for you to just kind of like live that truth, just like ripping off the band-aid or something. It's I don't know. There's something hesitant about the family though in the routine, like about what you do. It's like the Two of Swords both come up, one in reverse, one upright. it comes up in the routine and in the family, so it's almost like having two different ways of being about yourself, or like saying, damn, if I do, damn, if I don't. I mean, I might as well not even tell them what I'm going through, or like not even deal with them, just cut them off, or like just separate, because it's like there's no way they'll understand. And that's poor thinking too, because like maybe you become the one that's capable of like just getting there first, so you can kind of show them, you know, see if they're open to have their mind open like yours. You know what I'm saying? It's like not everyone is gonna like not everyone's gonna like accept that, embrace that, but I think you owe it to them, and especially the ones that you know, where it's like they're not going to like rip you apart for you being you. It's like, show them that way, like just be you. Sometimes just being you is a great way to motivate people to just be them without you doing anything else other than that. It's inspiring to see somebody just out here walking around not giving no fucks about what people thinking about them, not giving no fucks, just truly authentically living in they, you know, in their own energy, happy as a clam. It makes you just want to go out and just do the same shit, just let your freak flag fly too. It's like it's that. Sometimes it's not about doing anything other than just showing them that you're not afraid to just be yourself, you know? Opportunity to do that. That's really all I got for you. I don't know what else you're manifesting. I would say maybe manifesting, say, a closer bond with the people that you have to see every day or deal with, or that you count on, that you take care of, the family. Maybe also manifesting, say, maybe a new family member for some of y'all, whatever that means. As well as maybe more shared resources. I don't know why shared resources, or ways for us to combine our resources, whatever that means. But sound off in the comments. Let me know if this resonated. I love you to pieces. Subscribe if you haven't already. I have over 100 pick a card readings. I go live every day doing readings, as well as you can book a personal reading below with the link in the description. And as always, just remember, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Why am I slapping you? Blessings in all we do. Bye.